everyone, Naturally Keela here, and I'm giving you guys some things that I learned, my little lessons learned as a transition natural. So everything that I'm going to go over is really my perspective of everything that I learned while I was on this journey, or while I'm still on this journey, because every day is a learning experience. So excuse me if I'm looking down at all, but like I said, I like to write everything down. Makes it so much easier for me to remember. Okay, so I'm just going to start by going down my list, and I hope you guys learn something or find something interesting in this whole thing, okay? All right, my first thing that I said was do not compare yourself to others. You know, in general, I think we compare ourselves to other people a little too often. And when you're transitioning, you have absolutely no idea really, you know, how your hair is going to turn out, whether it's going to be curly, wavy, kinky, coily, whatever. So all you really have to do is embrace whatever it does, you know, whatever grows from your scalp, and understand that that is your hair, it's unique to you. And, you know, you're not going to get the same thing that someone else has. Just think of yourself as a snowflake. Everything is unique about you. Also, stay positive, because I know I got to a point sometimes where I was like, this is not for me. Definitely not for me, because I was so used to my hair being a certain way and flowing a certain way or looking a certain way, battling the different textures, because you do have more than, you know, two textures. You don't just have your relaxed ends and your natural hair. You may have a couple of different textures. You may have a couple of 3Bs, 3Cs, 4As, 4Bs, whatever, but recognize that your hair is going to be different. So stay positive. Everything's not going to come out the way that you want it to. Don't set limits. Who's to say how long you should transition? I transitioned for 11 months. People have transitioned for 2 years or more. Just understand that this is your journey. So whenever you're ready to do it, do it. If you decide to big chop, big chop. But if you don't want a big chop, you're not comfortable, and you want to grow your hair out, definitely do it. Don't let others and their journeys be, you know, the sole decision on what you should do on yours. Okay. There's no secret ingredient that's going to make your hair grow faster than anything else. You know, you see so many products advertising, you know, long hair within this and that. You know, there's nothing that's going to make your hair just grow down your back, because let's think about it. You know, if there was, then everyone would probably have this long, luxurious hair down their back, you know what I mean? And we don't. So don't always fall into that hoopla of this product is going to make your hair grow, these ingredients make your hair grow, blah, blah, blah. Understand that, you know, time and patience and genetics and so many other things factor into how fast your hair is going to grow. So that's just something I learned, and I'm not preaching to you guys. Which leads to another point. Just because it says it's natural does not mean that it's natural. You guys know my top 5 reasons why I'm a bad natural. I don't always read the ingredients. So that's something that I definitely think that you know, as a conscious natural or transitioning natural or big chopper should probably do. You know, it might be of your best interest, because maybe your scalp doesn't agree with everything that you put on it. Maybe it's not pH balanced to what you need in your hair. So, you know, it's okay to go learn those things, and I'm definitely challenging myself to go out and learn these products and learn these ingredients that are in these products, so that I know what works best for my hair. Next thing, don't trust everything that you read on the blogs. Don't trust everything that you see here on YouTube. Don't trust everything that I say. Point blank, because again, this is my perspective, and this is what worked for me and my hair. Does not mean that it's going to work for you and yours. A lot of times, you know, a lot of us, especially me, this right here for me is trial and error. Everything that I've learned on my hair has definitely been trial and error. So just understand that just because one person says something and maybe another person says it does not necessarily mean it's the truth. Learn for yourself and kind of understand what you're going to need. Switch it up. Natural hair has so much potential, and that's been one of my things that I've decided that I wanted to show here on my channel. I wanted to show you guys that natural hair has versatility. You can wear your hair straight. You can wear a braid out. You can wear a wash and go. You can do all types of things with your hair. You can have color if that's something that, you know, you're not against. And then again, like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what you should do on your journey. Just understand that everyone's journey is different. But feel free to switch it up. You don't have to have the same thing every day. You don't have to have a bun every day, but if you want to, then that's your thing. Go ahead and do it. Okay. Accessories can be your friend. I don't really wear a lot of accessories. Maybe if I have my hair pulled back in like a puff or something like that, I'll wear a headband or a banana clip. My go-to thing really are rods. I absolutely love rods. My hair right now is in a braid out with rods on the end, and then it's just kind of puffed up to make it look bigger. So that's really what I do. But a lot of people do like headbands. This probably would look cute with a little bow or something like right here. So switch it up, put a couple of accessories in your hair, you know, do your jewelry, your makeup, because sometimes you don't always feel the cutest when your hair is looking a little different when you're going in that awkward stage. So accessories can definitely help spruce up your look even from day to day and from your with your outfit. So do what you gotta do. Also, don't pull your hair tightly. It can be taut, but not tightly. You don't want to damage your edges, because once those things are damaged, it takes so much work to get them back to a healthy state and for them to grow back if they are able to grow back. So don't pull your hair too tightly, especially when you're wearing buns or even when you braid your hair. Breakage. Protect your ends, especially if your hair touches your shoulders. A lot of times I try not to get my hair to touch my shoulders, and if I do, then I kind of try to have all this space kind of free so that my hair is not rubbing against the garment, because I don't like to cause any friction to my hair, which causes breakage, and we don't want that. We don't want split ends. So be careful of how you, the clothes that you wear, the material that you use. And also, one thing that you guys know I'm bad about is sleeping with a satin cap or on a satin pillowcase. I definitely recommend it. I think a lot of people benefit from it. For me, it does not work with my scalp as far as wearing a satin cap, but I will definitely be investing into a satin pillow, so don't worry about that. Or a satin pillowcase anyway. Protective styles. Now, that's not something that I do very often, but I know that a lot of people do protective styles to, you know, basically protect the ends of their hair. Again, we don't want breakage, we don't want split ends. And for me, anytime I do have it kind of pulled up and tucked away, then it's because it's hot and it gives you a little bit of, you know, something different, versatility all over again. So, you know, protective styles can be good. It can give you just ways of not having to put your hands in your hair and to not put heat if you have like a heat problem, which I used to have, which I've gotten really good if you guys have been watching me for the past year. So, think about that. Let's see. T-shirts and microfiber towels are really nice alternatives for drying your hair. Because most towels have, you know, those heavy materials that dry your hair out way quicker than you want it to. Think about those times when you get out the shower or just finish washing your hair and you get this thick cotton towel and your hair is basically dry before you get to do anything to it. So microfiber towels are really good because they leave moisture in your hair. Also t-shirts, so let some of the moisture stay in your hair. So just think about those type of things. And most of the time for me, I really don't even use a towel. I let my hair soak, you know, just drench down me and apply my product and keep going. But for everybody else, it might be different. Moisture. Water. It's good for our bodies. Plants love it. Your skin loves it. Embrace it. Drink more water. But also, water is the best moisturizer for your scalp, for your hair anyway. So use it. I keep this little spray bottle. I got it at Sally's. It's one of my favorite things. I keep it sometimes in my car, in my purse, because I do have a pretty big purse, and I'll sit this down in there. When I first started transitioning, I would put like little oils in it, and you definitely can if that's something that you're into, like rosemary oil, whatever. Has a great scent and moisturizes your hair. So, a couple of different things. Let's see. Back to protective styling. Or transitioning styles. This is, I told you guys I like rods. I did a lot of rod sets. I did micro braids because I used to micro my hair. If you guys look back on this video that I have sometime last year of different hairstyles that I've had, I had my micro braids and they last. I only kept them in for like a month. I'm not really that big into keeping braids or anything micro twisting that long, but those were some things that I used while I was transitioning. Again, rod sets, braid outs, even the way that I still do them now, braided, rod the ends, just gives you volume, and it gives you a little bit of everything. Even though my hair is really curly, I find myself, if I fall asleep on my braids, which I usually do, my ends end up straight because of how I sleep. So I still rod them just because, you know. So try protective stylings, whether it's cornrows or whatever, but you don't want them to be too tight. So just get out and do some of those type of things as well. Deep conditioning treatments are a great source of basically getting your fragile strands into shape. You can kind of think of the hair cuticle as a shingle on a roof, and you want all of it to lay, you know, evenly. So think of your cuticles like that to eliminate frizz, because you don't want frizz in your hair, or the dullness. So you want to smooth your cuticles and give your hair a smoother, shinier, healthier look. So those are some great things to do, and it helps with, you know, just daily activities, sun, wind, stylers, accessories, and any of those things that remove moisture from your hair. So deep conditioning treatments replenish your hair. So just think of it like that as well. And I do like to add, sometimes I add a little oil to my hair. One thing that you guys have to remember is that frizz happens. One thing that draws moisture into your hair follicle and tames frizz is honey. So you can definitely add like a little bit of honey to your deep conditioning treatments as well. Let's see. Some more things that I talked about in my notes are oils. Used properly, oils can do wonders for your hair and for your skin. I recently discovered that extra virgin olive oil, jojoba oil, any of those type of oils, coconut oil, can take off my makeup really nicely, especially my eyeshadow, eyeliner, because I love, you know, black eyeliner. So it's a very great source for removing makeup, also adding moisture, eliminating frizz, those type of things to your hair. Olive oil is nice in deep conditioning treatments. It locks in your moisture and lubricates those thirsty strands. It fights dryness and helps fight thinning. So if you have those thinning edges from braids from years ago or from relaxers, a little olive oil will help with that. Coconut oil adds moisture to split ends, reduces flakes, reduces protein loss, and thickens hair. I definitely can agree on that, because I used to have this issue with dandruff, especially with me wearing a lot of black. So just try to incorporate a little bit of that. Jojoba oil is technically not an oil, but a liquid wax, and it's similar to the human skin oil. It promotes shine and moisturizes the scalp and helps prevent dandruff. Detangling is a good thing. I don't really have to detangle my hair. Some of the products that I use detangle it really nicely, and I just don't have that issue. But detangling is a must for all naturals. Let's see what else. Do your research, learn your texture, the porosity. Know that point where your hair, where your natural hair and your relaxed ends meet is very fragile, so be careful with that. Let's see what else. How often you wash your hair really depends on you. I wash my hair maybe once a week, maybe once every other week. Really depends on how much product I use. If it feels oily, I probably haven't washed my hair in about a week. So, you know, it really depends on you. And for example, if there's extra buildup, that's something that you want to do. So wash it. So I think that's it, you guys. I've kind of gone over a couple things, and this video might be all around the place, but I hope you guys learned something. Until later, do something nice for yourselves, do something nice for someone else. Be blessed. Bye.